a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Weezer. Weezer is an American rock band formed in Los Angeles in 1992, consisting of Rivers Cuomo, Patrick Wilson, Brian Bell, and Scott Schreiner. After signing to Geffen Records in 1993, Weezer released their debut self-titled album, also known as the Blue Album, in 1994. Backed by successful music videos for the singles Buddy Holly, Undone the Sweater Song, and Say It Ain't So, the Blue Album became a quadruple-platinum success. Their second album, Pinkerton, featuring a darker, more abrasive sound, was a commercial failure and initially received mixed reviews, but went on to achieve cult status and critical acclaim years later. Both the Blue Album and Pinkerton are now frequently cited among the best albums of the 1990s. Following the tour for Pinkerton, bassist Matt Sharp left the band and Weezer went on hiatus. In 2001, Weezer returned with another self-titled album, also known as the Green Album, with new bassist Mikey Welsh. With a more pop sound, and promoted by singles Hash Pipe and Island in the Sun, the album was a commercial success and received mostly positive reviews. After the Green Album tour, Welsh left the band and was replaced by current bassist Scott Schreiner. Weezer's fourth album, Maladroit, achieved mostly positive reviews, but weaker sales. Make Believe received mixed reviews, but its single, Beverly Hills, became Weezer's first single to top the US Modern Rock Tracks chart, and the first to reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2008, Weezer released a third self-titled album, also known as the Red Album, featuring TR-808s, synths, southern rap, and baroque counterpoint, to mixed reviews. Its lead single, Pork and Beans, became the band's third song to top the Modern Rock Tracks chart, backed by a successful YouTube music video. Raditude and Hurley featured more modern pop production, and songs co-written with other artists, achieved further mixed reviews and moderate sales. The band's ninth and 10th albums, Everything Will Be Alright in the End and the band's fourth self-titled album, also known as the White Album, returned to a rock style and achieved more positive reviews. Their 11th album, Pacific Daydream, featured a more mainstream pop sound. Weezer has sold 9.2 million albums in the US and over 17 million worldwide. Formation and the Blue Album, 1992, 1994. Vocalist and lead guitarist Rivers Cuomo, drummer Patrick Wilson, bassist Matt Sharp and guitarist Jason Cropper formed Weezer in 1992. The band had its first practice on February 14 of that year. Their first gig was closing for Keanu Reeves' band Dogstar shortly after. Weezer signed with Geffen Records on June 25, 1993, and the group recorded its debut album with producer Rick Ocasek at Electric Lady Studios in New York City. During the recording, Cropper left the band and was replaced by guitarist Brian Bell. Weezer was released in May 1994. Geffen originally did not wish to release a single, to see what sales could be generated by word of mouth alone. DJ Marco Collins of the Seattle radio station The End started playing Undone the Sweater Song, leading Geffen to release it as the first single. The music video was directed by Spike Jonze. Filmed in an unbroken take, it featured Weezer performing on a sound stage with little action, bar a pack of dogs swarming the set. The video became an instant hit on MTV. Jonze also directed the band's second video, Buddy Holly, splicing footage from the 1970s television sitcom Happy Days with Weezer performing in a remade, Arnold's Drive-In. The video achieved heavy rotation on MTV and went on to win 4 MTV Video Music Awards, including Breakthrough Video and Best Alternative Music Video, and 2 Billboard Music Video Awards. The video was also featured on the companion CD for the Microsoft Windows 95 computer operating system. A third single, Say It Ain't So, followed. Weezer is certified quadruple platinum in the United States, making it Weezer's best-selling album. It is certified triple platinum in Canada. Pinkerton, 1995-1996. In 1994, Weezer took a break from touring for the Christmas holidays. Cuomo traveled to his home state of Connecticut and began recording demos for Weezer's next album. His original concept was a space-themed rock opera titled Songs from the Black Hole that would express his mixed feelings about success. Weezer developed the concept through intermittent recording sessions through 1995. At the end of the year, Cuomo began studying at Harvard University, where his songwriting became darker, more visceral and exposed, less playful, and the Songs from the Black Hole album was abandoned. Weezer's second album, Pinkerton, was released on September 24, 1996. It produced 3 singles: El Scorcho, The Good Life, and Pink Triangle. In addition to a lawsuit filed against the band over the title of the album, Pinkerton sold poorly compared to the Blue Album, perhaps due to its darker, more abrasive sound, and it was voted one of the worst albums of 1996 in a Rolling Stone reader poll. However, the album eventually came to be considered among Weezer's best work. In 2002, Rolling Stone readers voted Pinkerton the 16th greatest album of all time, and it has been listed in several critics' best albums of all time lists. Hiatus and Sharp's departure, 1997, 1999. Weezer completed the Pinkerton tour in mid-1997 and went on hiatus. Wilson returned to his home in Portland, Oregon to work on his side project, The Special Goodness, and Bell worked on his band Space Twins. Sharp left Weezer to complete the follow-up album for his group The Rentals. He said of his departure from Weezer, "I don't really know how to speak on this, because I don't know what should be kept private and what should be shared. I certainly have my view of it, as I'm sure everybody else has their sort of foggy things. When you have a group that doesn't communicate, you're going to have a whole lot of different stories." Cuomo returned to Harvard, but took a break to focus on songwriting. He formed a new band composed of a changing lineup of Boston musicians, and performed new material, including possible songs for the next Weezer album. Wilson eventually flew to Boston to join as Homies drummer. The songs were abandoned, but live recordings of the Boston shows are traded on the internet. In February 1998, Cuomo, Bell and Wilson reunited in Los Angeles to start work on the next Weezer album. Rumors suggest Sharp did not rejoin the band and left the group in April 1998, which Sharp denies. The group hired Mikey Welsh, who had played with Cuomo in Boston, as their new bassist. Weezer continued rehearsing and cut demos until the fall of 1998. Frustration and creative disagreements led to a decline in rehearsals, and in late 1998, Wilson left for his home in Portland pending renewed productivity from Cuomo. In November 1998, the band played 2 club shows with a substitute drummer in California under the name Goat Punishment, consisting entirely of covers of Nirvana and Oasis songs. In the months following, Cuomo entered a period of depression, painting the walls of his home black and putting fiberglass insulation over his windows to prevent light entering. Comeback and the Green Album, 2000-2001. Weezer did not reunite until April 2000, when the Fuji Rock Festival in Japan made Weezer a lucrative offer to play in August 2000. The festival served as a catalyst for Weezer's productivity, and from April to May 2000, the band rehearsed and demoed new songs in Los Angeles. They returned to live shows in June 2000, playing small unpromoted concerts under the name Goat Punishment. In June 2000, the band joined the American Warped Tour for 9 dates. In the summer of 2000, Weezer went on tour. The band's setlist consisted of 14 new songs. When 13 of these songs did not appear on Weezer's next album, fans of the songs started a petition demanding the release of studio versions. Eventually, the band went back into the studio to produce a third album. The band chose the title Weezer to repeat the self-titled name of the band's first release. This album became known as the Green Album due to its green album artwork. Shortly after the release, Weezer went on another American tour. The band attracted a new generation of fans thanks to heavy MTV rotation for the videos of the band's hit singles, Hash Pipe, and Island in the Sun. As reported on August 16, 2001, by MTV, Welsh was checked into a psychiatric hospital. His whereabouts were previously unknown, as he went missing before the filming of the second video, for Island in the Sun. Weezer was prompted to find a temporary replacement for Welsh. Through a mutual friend, Cuomo received Scott Schreiner's number and asked if he was interested in filling in for Welsh. Schreiner accepted the invitation. Maladroit, 2002. The band took an experimental approach for the recording process of its fourth album by allowing fans to download demos from its official website in return for feedback. After the release of the album, the band said that this process was something of a failure, as the fans did not supply the group with coherent, constructive advice. Cuomo eventually delegated song selection for the album to the band's original A&R rep, Todd Sullivan, saying that Weezer fans chose the wackest songs. Only the song, Slop, was included on the album due to general fan advice. The recording was also done without input from Weezer's record label, Interscope. Cuomo had what he then described as a massive falling out with the label. In early 2002, well before the official release of the album, the label sent out a letter to radio stations requesting the song be pulled until an official, sanctioned single was released. Interscope also briefly shut down Weezer's audio/video download webpage, removing all the MP3 demos. Online Weezer fans staged a brief protest, with several websites proclaiming, "Free Maladroit." In April 2002, former bassist Matt Sharp sued the band, alleging, among several accusations, that he was owed money for co-writing several Weezer songs. The suit was later settled out of court. The fourth album, Maladroit, was released on May 14, 2002, only 1 year after its predecessor. The album served as a harder-edged version of the band's trademark catchy pop-influenced music, and was replete with busy 1980s-style guitar solos. Although met with generally positive critical reviews, its sales were not as strong as those for the Green Album. 2 singles were released from the album. The music video for Dope Nose featured an obscure Japanese motorcycle gang, and was put into regular rotation. The music video for Keep Fishin' combined Weezer with the Muppets, and had heavy rotation on MTV. Both videos were directed by Marcos Seeger. Weezer released its much-delayed first DVD on March 23, 2004. The video capture device DVD chronicles the band from its beginnings through Maladroit's Enlightenment tour. Compiled by Carl Koch, the DVD features home video footage, music videos, commercials, rehearsals, concert performances, television performances, and band commentary. The DVD was certified Gold on November 8, 2004. Make Believe, 2003-2006. From December 2003 to the fall of 2004, Weezer recorded a large amount of material intended for a new album to be released in the spring of 2005. With producer Rick Rubin, the band's early recording efforts became available to the public through the band's website. The demos were a big hit, but none of the songs recorded at this time were included on the finished album. That album, titled Make Believe, was released on May 10, 2005. Despite commercial success, Make Believe got a mixed reception from critics, receiving an average score of 52 on Review Collator Metacritic. Although some reviews, such as AMG's, compared it favorably to Pinkerton, others, among them Pitchfork's score of 0.4 out of 10, panned the album as predictable and lyrically poor. The album's first single, Beverly Hills, became a hit in the US and worldwide, staying on the charts for several months after its release. It became the first Weezer song to hit #1 on the Billboard Modern Rock chart. Beverly Hills was nominated for Best Rock Song at the 48th Annual Grammy Awards, the first ever Grammy nomination for the band. The video was also nominated for Best Rock Video at the 2005 MTV Video Music Awards. The second single off Make Believe was We Are All on Drugs. MTV refused to play the song, so Weezer re-recorded the lyrics by replacing On Drugs with In Love, and renaming the song We Are All in Love. In early 2006, it was announced that Make Believe was certified platinum, and Beverly Hills was the second most popular song download on iTunes for 2005, finishing just behind Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani. Make Believe's third single, Perfect Situation, spent 4 weeks in a row at #1 on the Billboard Modern Rock chart. This Is Such a Pity was the band's fourth single from the album, but no music video was made for its release. The Make Believe tour also found the band using additional instruments on stage, adding piano, synthesizers, pseudophones, and guitarist Bobby Schneck. The band has announced the possible release of a live DVD composed of footage from the 2005 Japan tour. It will consist of a 2-day, 7-camera shoot of the shows in Japan, plus material that will be drawn from various behind-the-scenes footage. The DVD was announced in late 2005, but in a 2006 update on the band's website, Carl Koch noted it was, apparently edited, but has been put on hold for now. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?